Okay, Mama, this is a major subject, okay? This is a subject that is close to my heart. The topic and the subject of an Apetebi. Apetebi. Please break down the concept of Apetebi, what it means, what it doesn't mean, who can be one. There's so much that goes along with that title. Please give us some feedback and some information regarding the Apetebi.
Here we go from house to house now with this one and the culture. Okay, this is the culture you belong in. A lot of times, first of all, let me tell you what my opinion and what the Apetebi means to me. I can tell you what it means to my temple and what it means to other people and other houses that the narrative is.
Okay.
First of all, Abetebis in our house are queens. The Abetebis in our house are revered, heavy. You don't have to be an Olorisha. You don't have to be a Santera to receive your Ikofa. You can, but you're not better than anybody else that comes in my house working in Ifa. And you're working alongside the Babalaos. And it's because you have Santo or Orisha first. The Abetebis in our house are very, very well respected. And they're treated like queens.
Okay.
Because they are our right hand. They are our balance. They make us complete.
That's right.
And without an Apetebi, we wouldn't be able to, first of all, exist. Without the female, we wouldn't be able to do most of the things we need as an Apetebi to be part of what we are doing. And in our house, they're respected. Now, in a lot of other houses, this is when you get into the culture. A lot of them, they say, oh, Abetebis are slaves. Abetebis are, they're treated like crap and everything. And Babalaos talk and they order them around and this and that and this and third, and their places in the kitchen. You know what I mean? That's fine. That's not fine. But I mean, that's where you are at. But that's not the narrative, and that's not the purpose of an Apetebi. First of all, a woman in herself, her own personal consciousness and elevation to her Ashe, she's received a Wumila. She has received her Odu, she has received her life reading in Ida, she has elevated her consciousness and awareness of her life and her health. And she has made that commitment to a Wumila and to the Babalaos of the sons to uphold Ifa and the respect of Ifa. For those who don't want to respect Babalaos, for those who don't want that, they are the keepers of the culture, of the truth, and of the respect. They are our right hand. They are our dominant hand.
That's right.
Anybody, Babalao, comes around into my house and talks bad, disrespectful, raises their voice, criticizes any one of my Apetebi's, you can be very well assured that that's the last time that Babala will ever enter my house.
That's right.
And it will be giving a very respectful warning, and if not upheld, he will be asked to leave. Because the authority is the respect of the Apetebi, not because you are a Babalao. I don't care if you're a Babalao with 40 years with knowledge. You disrespect my Abetebis. You disrespect any female in my house.
That's right.
You will be checked and you will be asked to leave. First you'll be checked. It happens again, you'll be asked to leave. But first off, I don't work with Babalaos at all that I don't are fully confident that they are respectful to females and have good character and heart.
Sure.
I've worked with Babalaos, and I've had other Babalaos want to work with me, and they have a lot of years, but I don't like their attitude. I will not have you in my house.
Sure.
The Apetebi in my house are my god kids. About the Apetebi that I call my Buddhists, my brother, that are respectful. We'll sit there, we'll get dirty and wash dishes with you. We'll help out, we'll carry this for you. Hey, we got this for you. Okay? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We're at the table. Sometimes they are serving us because we have performed ceremony. We have been working all day. And the Apetebi will gladly serve us. And hey, Babas.
That's right.
Hey, you've worked all day. We got you. It's your time to rest and eat because you haven't eaten.
That's right.
Okay? You know, but in my house, and I bet the B, they work with us. You know, I even have them help me with the Kofa ceremonies and the Hanabi Fa ceremonies. Mm-hmm. It's not a Babalao ceremony. This is not an Igbo-do. Mm-hmm. It's a consecration of a Hanabi Fa. I bet the bees are side by side and have helped us. I bet the bees are not told to be quiet.
Sure.
In the culture, our culture, this is where I take some of the, I take the good parts that I can find in Isheshe. They're cultural, they grow up with it. They speak the language, they grow up around the religion, and they're open to everybody learning. And I like that. Mm. And in Ifa, it's a lot of gatekeeping of knowledge of elders. Don't want to teach, don't want women to speak. Mm-hmm. I'm going to make the Babala look bad. Mm-hmm. Try to tell my Apetebi, don't speak. Not in my house. My Apetebi, they're learning. First of all, if you understand what Apetebi is and you understand the Orisha, you understand Ochumo Lodi, the queen of Apetebi.
That's right. Yeah.
Olodi Ochumo Lodi was right there by Umila. There are patakis and stories where he would pull Odu for someone, and before he can even finish, he was already preparing the medicine. Saving him and helping him. Balancing him out. You know how many times I've had a lot of things in my mind? And I might forget something, and the Babalaos are not here. And the Apetebi will whisper, hey, man, do we need that? Oh, yeah, I've seen that. I was working with, sometimes these Babalaos, before I initiated the Babalaos I have now, and I had to work with some others that weren't as knowledgeable. And it was like the 10th person I was doing. I was on the Opan. At that time, I had to sit on the Opan. I had to direct. I had to do a lot of things. There was a time I didn't have access to some other Babalaos due to some reason they weren't around or couldn't be. And these Babalaos weren't as knowledgeable, but they were Babalaos. A few years too into all. And I pulled an Odu. It was on a question on a basic question maybe if this is question to the asked, should I do this and should I do that? Not on the Ire also, but wasn't on the Henrisha review. What it was a question, and make a long story short, I pulled the Odu Kunamei, and I went over here to this Odu that was not a May, I think it was Iroso something. And I went to this hand. My daughter, who was an Apetebi, was in the back. 2 or 3 people worked down. She goes, Dad, Baba, that's a Kunamei, right? She recognized the sign first of all. Mm-hmm. And says, what was the other sign? Was that a May? Because it didn't sound like that was a May. He went to the other hand. Mm-hmm. Or she said, was that other sign? Because I noticed you went there. And I said, you're right. Mm-hmm. I said, you're right. I said, I'm losing. I said, I got to slow down here. Mm-hmm. I bet the bees don't speak out of turn, and we were very comfortable with among families. If there's something they may whisper to us or help us out along, or hey, don't forget there are times we didn't bring in, we had the Eligwas and Oguns, and the Osums weren't brought in. The Babalaos are doing this and that, and then we're about to do the Phoenix. But hey, the Osums of the people, they're over there. Need to bring them in. Oh yeah. Hey, I bet the bee my fed fool. Gracias, thank you. I bet the bee. It doesn't happen often, but they were human. That's right. They're looking out for us, whisper to me here and there, Mm-hmm. But I said, listen, guys, I told the Babalaos that she's in the back. Come on now. You know what I mean? But That's awesome. My house, that's not necessary. I don't even know if that's other places and other houses. I'm not even saying that that's a thing. That might be just specific to me.
Right.
I don't know. I haven't worked with a lot of others that incorporate a lot of babalaos, but I can tell you one thing: when some babalaos have come over here, I guarantee it was a babalao who has almost 30 years or more. Very, very knowledgeable babalao. Worked Ifa for many, 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 many years. Mm-hmm. Said he came over here and he's like, man. So the way you guys work Ifa, I haven't seen this since back when I first started. And the Apetebi's over here are amazing. He goes, they need to, other Apetebi's where I live out here in Florida, need to take some lessons from y'all. Like he was like praising us and everything, the way we were respecting him and treating them. It's a love that we have.
That's right.
So that's the Apetebi. But what is Apetebi? Sometimes they say that's the wife of a Rumila. Apetebi is the wife. Apetebi was named after. The Apetebi is actually the daughter of a Rumila. When he was with a woman, and it said that he married. It was Odu in some instances, but he was with a woman, and it was dark and it was at night, and he didn't notice that she had leprosy. And, he ended up having relations with her. And it wasn't until the next morning he saw who she was and what her illness. And she's like, no one has ever wanted to be with me. They run away as soon as they see how I am and everything else. And he's like, no, I'm going to help you. And you're about to be pregnant with my child. And we're going to fix this. And even though she had leprosy, he did remedies for her to heal her. And he healed her, and the baby was healed at the same time, and the baby was born healthy. Mm-hmm. And that's how you get the term Apetebi is opa pete. It's opa to kill pete in the leprosy, short for leprosy. Opa to kill the leprosy, bi, and was the birth, was the born. And that's how you get the birth of the child. That killing the leprosy, the child was born. Mm-hmm. That's literally the name of the Apetebi, not necessarily the wife of an Apetebi. The term Ajafa means the wife. Ifa, the woman of Ifa, the wife. And that is a whole different term, the Apetebi Jafa. But that is the term of